Hello and welcome to the Player 2 Video Games Club. My name is Paul James. We're -1 this week, but I'm joined by Damo Camilleri.
The one and only.
So we are talking about a game that you love quite dearly. Explain to us what it is.
So I didn't think I gave you any crazy clues or anything like that. You know how I normally leave a dumb clue at the end of it. Maybe it was something about Jack Rabbit, but that's not the game. It's Jak II. The middle of the Jak and Daxter.
The one that critical reception-wise was, I guess, praised more than any other.
I don't know if it was praised more than any other. I think it definitely hit the big rubber stamp, the old Hypermag. There were 9s and 10s flying around and stuff like that. People loved it. It was a really, really cool game, and I loved it. Because I think I just loved number one so much. It was like going back to the roots of old platforming and things like that, but things had been sharpened up. We have Mario 64 where, not even Mario 64, but some games where you still did the run, and when you stopped, you still had the
slide.
The momentum thing was still there, where this is kind of it runs and stops. It's cool. That's... I'm not sure. I haven't played all platformers, so don't, say, oh God, did you just know did that happen?
It's a subjective thing. It's like a book club. We pick and choose what we like because we like it.
And, so the first one had all this going on for it, and then number two stepped it up with a thing that a lot of people don't like, some people don't mind. I'm in that, I don't mind, and some people absolutely loved the darker tone of the game. You've gone from this fresh, beautiful paradise to futuristic Grand Theft Auto PG.
Yeah.
People are doing memes in the corner and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there was only two... without wanting to front load my concerns, because I feel like we can probably stretch it out a little bit. That was one of my two concerns with the game.
Yeah.
It was the tone just... And I don't mind dark, gritty games. I mean, Naughty Dog made this game, and they're the same guys who do The Last of Us, one of my favourite games of all time.
Yeah.
And even some of the later Uncharted have some darker moments throughout. So I'm not, and there's obviously countless other games that kind of do darker tones.
Yeah.
I don't know. In this case, it just, and maybe it was the sharp contrast from what we knew in the original Jak, which I adore. I hadn't played any of these prior to you giving us Jak II to play.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten around to Jak III yet. But with one, I saw... I mean, there's some warts there, but I felt like the Banjo-Kazooie style collectathon platforming, and I loved it. And I platinumed it because I was really loving it. I should probably get onto Jak II. But I only need a few more precursor orbs. I only need a few more of this. And then you look at the completion, this is not that hard. And especially given it was PS2 days, they weren't as evil when it comes to the things they hide in corners and making things really hard to find. So I'm like, this is a pretty achievable platinum. So I went after it and got it.
That's fair.
And then jumped into Jak II. And but I just, the change in the tone didn't quite grab me. But I think because it was a change in tone as opposed to this is just who the character is, it was very jarring for me.
Yeah, and I mean, you've gone straight from bam to bam, like I kind of did with God of War. So you had that running platform.
Check out the Patreon exclusive episode about the God of War franchise. It's available now as Patreon next month for you guys who are not.
Sweet plug.
Good episode.
I had Jak and Daxter 1, the precursor legacy or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And I had that for a very long time. And you didn't, again, PS2, I was still young. I think I got it on special at Big W. So, I played the hell out of it. So when Jak II rocked up, I was like, wow, it had been, because I pretty much got Jak and Daxter when it came out.
Yeah.
Because, it was I saw it and I was like, wow. And, I think I had Christmas money or something.
Yeah, and we didn't. It's not like what we do now where we know what's coming and we've seen trailers and they've had their whole opportunity, their PR spin with you. You walk in, you see it on the shelf, you're like...
You kind of just used to get those TV commercials from time to time, or Cheese TV would do something about it and then they stop.
Rest in peace.
But then, all this stuff is, you know, no, I get this game, and like you're thrown into this world, and you're like, what the hell is this? And like, you know, Jack's being zapped with dark ego and ego, and you know, it takes this dramatic turn in a tone. Like you're set in this world in a future where, you know, you're like, what is going on? Like, am I still on the same planet? Like, did I, you know, when we jumped through the portal, what's happened? Like, nothing's explained at the beginning.
Yeah.
You just, like, the game just starts running, and then you're thrown into this world where you still got the same combat moves, I believe, from Jak 1.
Yeah,
like
I mean, there's a few little ones, and like the mapping of them was a little bit different. Like they'd moved a few buttons around, but I mean that's like back in those PS2, GameCube, Xbox era days.
Yeah.
People still, even though we'd done 3D for a little while, courtesy of the 64 and the PS1, like developers were still learning how to best use the 3D space and how to kind of map buttons accordingly. So that wasn't super unusual for the day anyway.
And then you had the the roll jump. But we get. You know, we had. I don't remember I don't know the lore of the game. If that makes, like, I've played them and I love them. I just never dived in, so I don't know what the creatures are called and stuff like that. Like I just
no one really cares.
The big fish and things like that.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
it's not a super lore heavy game. Sorry, like games or series. So yeah, committing the names of these different creatures.
Yeah, so we got
whatever.
Like, you know, the Star Wars guys, Imperial Guards walking around, the red dudes, and they got guns. You're like, whoa, what's going on?
Hey, they're Crayola.
That's the word I was looking for, Crayolas. I couldn't remember. You've got the Metalheads too, which is a new introduction of a new like creature into the game. I think you kill them, and I think the heads unlocked.
Yeah,
the heads were like currency. But they had the precursor orbs floating around. I think there was 200 in total in the whole game, and they unlocked the cheats. So like big head mode, unlimited Dark Jak, and stuff like that. So I'm going to stop talking about this, and we're going to actually talk about the game. So yeah, you're thrown into this world. You obviously didn't like the dark here, at the start of the game, because it is quite a shift in tone at the very beginning. What do you think when you first walked into this world? You're like, what's going on? Like.
I mean, yeah, look, it was obviously very, very different. And I did know that it was going to be very different. Despite the fact that I hadn't played them, I was aware of the fact that there was a big tonal shift.
I think it's called Jak II Renegade, isn't it?
Yeah. In some countries, the subtitle's not present, in others it is. But, yeah, Jak II Renegade. And, yeah, so I was aware that there was a bit of a tonal shift there. I didn't realise it was going to be as extreme as it was.
Yeah.
But, you know, fine, whatever. It was good to see that Daxter was still wise talking. And, I mean, over many... Like, weirdly, I never played Jak and Daxter, but I played Daxter on my PSP.
Ah, yeah. PSP.
And a bit of love. Rest in peace, PSP and Vita. I played Dax there, so I kind of knew about him and his tone, and I knew that was kind of divisive. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
I personally did, and I enjoyed the fact that Daxter was still Daxter throughout the experience there, because it was the levity that the game needed. Because I mean, I'm sure it probably needed it anyway, regardless of whether you were a fan of that tonal change and the change in Jak and all that sort of thing. Anyway, but yeah, he kind of kept me motivated, I guess, to the thing, because I like that wise talking.
Yep. No, I get it, man.
Stuff that then I, loved in what Naughty Dog did with Uncharted, which is just it's all about wise talking. And it offset the fact that Jak didn't quite grab me in the same way that he once did. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
super
talks
mopey
now.
And he talks, which is obviously a big difference, but he's just really mopey and okay, that's yeah. maybe for the time, like when I had it, maybe I was like that mopey teen, like floating about. So maybe it coincided with me. I don't know, but no, it was kind of really like I liked that. Like, yeah, again, I was thrown in that open world, like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, it wasn't the only game that you kind of going with that sort of moody sort of thing in terms of the protagonist. I mean, there's Devil May Cry in that era, which is all about. I mean, there's a bit of wise talking, but there's also that dark brooding sort of that stuff to it. And there's plenty of other games of that era that were doing similar sorts of things.
Yeah.
Some of them based on choices you made, but if you're that grumpy, moody sort, then you're probably going to pursue that path. I hate the world. Fine, I'm making this. I hate the world choice. Like, whatever. Wasn't really for me, but I speak about it in far too many podcasts that we do. I had a very sheltered JRPG life through that, so it was always sunshine, rainbows, and saving the world.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Then you're introduced to a gun, which was unexpected. Like, I didn't expect a gun, to be honest. Like, I was like, wow. And then it comes with like 4 different mods, and each one of those mods. I might have to fact check that while I talk to you.
Do you think the gun is a product of them looking over and seeing what Insomniac was doing at the time with Ratchet and Clank, and the fact that that was real popular?
Yeah, quite possibly. Even the whole him talking thing, maybe people had a lot of backfire. It's like, oh great, Link.
Yeah, silent protagonist, whatever.
Yeah.
Admittedly, less fun in games in Zelda, as a general rule. But look, I didn't mind the gun. The inclusion of the gun was pretty cool. You could choose to use or lose it, but it's a nice get out of jail card if you needed it. Needed to use it in that fashion. Some cases you did need to use it. It was kind of scripted that way. But it was a nice inclusion, and it didn't overstay its welcome, in my opinion.
Yep.
I guess. Any luck with your fact checking?
Yes. I was confusing Jak 3 with Jak 2.
Well, these all came out in really quick succession, if I recall. I don't remember the exact years. But
I'm pretty sure, Jak 3 came out real...
those were the days where, like sports games now, they were churning games out. Still annual.
Oh, it was almost... it pretty much was the same engine.
And the generations aren't the same as what they... Like, you could... Naughty Dog couldn't do 3 Uncharted's and The Last of Us on the PS1 and PS2 days because the console cycle was about 5 years as opposed to 7 like we dealt with last time, and what we're probably likely to deal with this time as well. Sorry, go on. What did your fact checking bring up?
Oh, so, like in 3, there's mods for the guns.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So, like, I was trying to remember because I'm like, there's some weird things going on in 3. But yeah, in 2, so there's the 4 different eco.
Yep.
So eco, like, things that you got your blue, your red, your was it purple? Is it purple?
Yeah.
Yellow. I mentioned the yellow. Yeah. Did you have a favorite gun? Did you like as you said, like, it come from Ratchet and Clank? I think that's very clever. They obviously didn't pull it off as well as Ratchet and Clank, I can admit that. But it was, for me, I thoroughly enjoyed using the guns in different situations. I think the game, you don't have to, but it did work in certain aspects of the game.
Yeah, I kept things pretty simple with the gun loadout. Like, I didn't do anything fancy.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I just kept it pretty basic, and just took each thing on its merits, and I just tried to use like a combination of the platforming and the gunplay, as well as your normal kind of attacks there as well. And
if you had said anything outside of yellow, I'd have been like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yellow, is clearly like superior. It's like the rifle-ish kind of thing. I'm pretty sure red's like the shotgun. Sorry, it's been a kind of a
finer details.
A longer period than I expected to be recalling this stuff. Now, Jak 2 actually has one of my favourite things that ever happened in the game. Like, I just don't know why.
Be cool.
I absolutely love this moment. It was rage. It was infuriating. It annoyed me, but I love it.
Love to hate.
So I think there's a mission where you've got to go, because you're a renegade. You're running right away from the law from time to time, even though you're right in their faces at the same time.
Yeah.
You go down, like, I think it's like a dock kind of a thing. There's all these split parts. You're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, the dock's really kind of messy unless you're on a vehicle of some sort where you can just sail over or under or whatever. It's kind of weird to try and navigate. But
You
anyway,
get to the end of it, you grab whatever item or do whatever you have to do for your mission, you turn around, and then the guys, like the army or whatever they're called,
hailstorm of guys.
just keep jumping, and I was like, wow, like they're everywhere, and you're like, oh no, I'll jump over here, but the game spawns them there then, like it was a very clever, it's like, okay, there's trigger points for where everyone I hands down, like, one of my favorite moments. Like, I just love,
despite the fact you kind of hated it.
Yeah, like in all games I've ever played, because it was just so much fun having this. I mean, in even Zone Meanders 2, like, there is that big war thing that's going on. There's heaps of, like, mini events going on, but kind of within your control, in a sense. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was this fantastic, it's continuous rushes of enemy, but, like, even if you went back, they'd come back down. You're like, what the hell? And it really made me think on my feet and things like that. That was my favorite part. Do you have a part from this game that you were like, man, yeah, actually, I enjoyed this part?
I mean, I didn't mind the challenge around that.
Yep.
Final bosses are always cool.
Yeah.
Is Jak 2's the best I've ever played? No, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was challenging enough.
Yep.
It kept me on my toes. But I don't think there was ever one moment that was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Which is something that Naughty Dog was really clearly trying to develop through this series, and maybe they didn't quite get there, but they finally mastered their craft. I got to stop just pumping my love of Uncharted up here, but I think that's cool. There's so many things that I can see that they started even in Crash, like the running towards the screen.
Yeah.
That followed on into some of the Jak games, that then followed on into Uncharted, where they finally got, and even Uncharted 1 they didn't quite get it right. Getting away in the car there. But they finally got it right with Uncharted 2, and now they nail it whenever they want. Whenever they want. If they want to do it, they'll do it, and they do it well. But yeah, there were things that they were going for there that they didn't quite execute on, but I could see, it's cool to kind of play it, having not played it before, and see the genesis of a lot of the, I suppose it's not the genesis, because a lot of that sort of stuff went on in Crash. Yeah. But there was this middle period that I didn't know anything about, which is those Jak days, and I could see how it developed now. Yeah. I kind of, here's Crash, here's Uncharted, Last of Us, but the middle space is gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's nothing that necessarily like shoots the lights out, and I think that because I've seen them before and after. Yeah. But it's still pretty cool what they're doing in the middle, and I like looking at the moving pieces. Man.
I never really focused on like that.
But that's like someone who's a bit of a Naughty Dog diehard.
No, but that's cool though. Like you're seeing, seeing, the progress that the studio's made, and that's real cool. It's a real nice highlight. Wow, people, that's cool.
That's why I'm in games media. Who am I kidding? But yeah, so nothing that necessarily
like pops.
Oh my god! But. Like just continually kind of it was interesting, I think.
Yeah. No, I get you. That's born. Now we're talking dark tones. Been talking things. Dark Jak. Collect enough dark eco. God damn it.
I got a dark ego with this whole. That's why I'm in the games media.
Say it's just Paul's ego is blaring.
Yeah. So what about it?
Dark Jak, did you like that?
Yeah, I like kind of.
That was
we just spent a little while prior to this recording our God of War episode, Patreon exclusive. Again, check it out. Already spooked it before, no more. Yeah, but we spoke about kind of the rage mode in there and how much we love that sort of thing, and that is the Jak equivalent, I guess. And it did it before God of War came out. Yeah. But like that was. Yeah, I like those opportunities where you just like Hulk out and you just wreck shop. Like it's games that do that sort of thing. I think it's nice to just like if you play a Souls game or you play a Bloodborne, and obviously they're so far apart those franchises, but you play those games and other like in your Monster Hunters and those things, they're just beating you around the head and forcing you to learn. And every now and then I just like what they do in Jak and what they've done in God of War, where it's like here's an just unnecessary amount of power. Just take out any pent-up frustration you might have out on these poor suckers.
Yeah.
So the dark eco thing, like the rage mode is really, really cool. Like, I like the opportunity to just smash a few heads in for a bit of a laugh.
I think there's
nothing fair about it.
No, there isn't. I think
you've earned it. You've done the time.
Because it's not a quick power that you gain. Like, it takes a lot of charging up to
But then when you finally do it,
the payoff, especially when you're like surrounded by a bunch of douchey guys. Like, especially from time to time, I accidentally popped it like in the town centre because the button mapping was fantastic. I remember in the PS2, my one downfall being a kid, like you'd press something, and you're like, oh no, I popped it, and I'm pretty sure like it sparks off and it like can blow up a car or something like that, and like it just
and that alerts everyone.
Instantly alerted everyone, and I was just like, all right, this is it, let's do this. Just going through smashing cars and hitting guards and dodging bullets. Oh, all the fun.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to the open world a little bit later. That was the other of the two major beefs I had with the game, but and then I guess that fits in there.
We can plug it into now. Yeah, the open world of the open hub.
Sorry, bit more specific, I guess. It's your Peach's Castle sort of thing.
Yeah.
Didn't work for me. Just too empty. The thing I think about there, and look, I'm not a big GTA guy, but this was coming out in that same period that GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas did their thing, and they were kind of developing living, breathing worlds with plenty to do in it. And Jak, it was, not an open world, of course. It was still this open hub, but there was still nothing to do in there. Like, it was just traverse this place, go here, traverse this place, go here, and like just A to B to C to D to E. Like, there was... And look, this was a long time ago, and things have developed so much that you get your Witcher 3s of the world these days, where you, like, it's designed in such a way that you go 30 seconds, and then there's something that the developers have consciously designed that catches your eye and tempts you to go there. And maybe you don't, but it's there and it's an option for you. And the technology just couldn't allow for that back in the day, but at that point then I sit there and think, maybe you shouldn't have done it at all.
Look, I'll say it.
And be far more linear.
I know I'll cop hate for it. It was better than Hyrule Field. Fuck you. I hated Hyrule Field, but I get it though. I get it. Like, I mean...
That's my only real, like, that and the tone of my only real beast with this game.
Yeah, and that's fair. Look, I get it. Like, maybe like some rose-colored glasses are on me, but like, I mean, I kind of had fun. Like,
that's fine.
It's like one of those things for me. Where it was like, if you're getting bored with doing like getting kicked around or doing shit kicking missions or side thing, like you're just like, oh, whatever. I'm gonna go punch a guard in the back of the head. I'm going to see how long I can last. Because you're not lasting long. Like, it's not made for you to be a dick. Because you're supposed to be... It's almost like you're
not
supposed
like GTA in that regard, where you just keep getting your cred level up higher, like, until the entire goon squad's after you. It's like, you'll not last long.
Yeah. So, like, you kind of
Which is a bit frustrating in some respects, because you can trigger them so easily.
Yeah, especially when you steal a car and you just crash into something.
You just nudge someone, you look at someone the wrong way, like you're walking along and you just... their little personal space bubble just gets a smidge too close to yours and... What? Oh, they got him. And, like, why are you doing this? I don't get it.
I think you can roll into the red guards. Don't hold me to this. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you can. Like, you can do the roll jump. You can't be bothered walking, so you just roll everywhere.
Roll.
And I think you roll into him, and he just goes, like, just knocks you off. You're like, whoa. So like,
bit of sass.
Yeah, but which leaves, we're talking transportation. Hoverboard.
Oh, hoverboard's cool. I thought you were going to talk about the cars, and
cars done. They're
a little bit loose.
Yeah, they do whatever they do.
The personal space or the hitboxes or whatever we want to call them for those, a little bit.
I had fun zigzagging in them.
Thingy and like you can trigger people pretty easily, but whatever. The hoverboard's real cool.
Yeah.
Wish they did a bit more.
Again, do you?
But I don't know if they do it more in Jak 3.
Was that a Ratchet and Clank thing? Like, see, because I didn't play the Ratchet and Clank until you lent it to me.
I mean, I guess Ratchet and Clank was kind of doing the grinding.
Yep.
But not necessarily
Oh, like having
board, that
having a board you can just like.
you had to stick to that path for Jak. So it's probably somewhere in between, I guess.
The beauty that you can't go over water with it.
Yeah,
like it. Stop.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I enjoyed it. Like it's good fun to just shoot around, and it was a bit more precise than the cars.
Yep.
It's floating devices that aren't the hoverboard. No, it was cool. I didn't mind using it all.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I think they have the Grand Prix. There's like you can do like the skateboard.
Can you ride it in Jak X?
I never played Jak X.
Oh, okay. They need to put that on PlayStation Network. I'll give that a crack.
Yeah, I'll give it a crack too if you're doing the network.
Also, while we're at it, Crash Team Racing. Come on, it was part of that. It was part of that PS1 era thing. You gave us Crash 1 through 3. What are you doing? Come on, Activision, pony up. Anyway, now that I've had my
no, that's cool. That's cool.
I want trophies for it.
Oh, you're a suck. No, but that was the that's the thing. Like that skateboard. I mean, it could have been put in the game better. Like, it could have been like, hey, here's like your arena open fight.
More opportunities.
It's like, okay, you quick escape, now you get over here and you punch this guy. But I mean, again, it's the time too. Like the game, I don't think could handle all. Like, we have these crazy ideas of what's capable of doing now.
Yeah, we look at it through this current day thing and the capabilities of current gen consoles or PC, but they couldn't do that back then.
No, and it was like I did enjoy the skateboard. I love refining the characters too. Like, sorry, that's a really weird jump, but like I'm pretty sure you get the skateboard off the girl from the first one, don't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she's floating around. She's like saying something, and like Jak does, he's like, "Yo," kind of look, and like Dax is like. And I think you do a mission, and then like she turns around finally, and like,
it's you.
And like it's kind of weird too. Like, you're finding these characters. Like I enjoyed a lot of the characters in this game. They were very interesting. And I think the first one did another. There weren't heaps of characters floating about. It's pretty much just the same people and the sages.
Yep.
And then this one. It was weird because like you got these new characters from this whatever this was, we still don't know until the very end of the game.
This weird other universe thing that we seem to have fallen into somehow.
Then like I've completely like you're doing like the shady dealings with like the hunter guy. The guy that gives you the gun.
The name I can't think of, but I know who you're talking about.
It's just kind of really weird that like you're going
Hunter
from
guy.
You tweet it at us, guys. We'll love it. It's kind of really weird that you go from hey, we're saving the world to hey, you're a part of a roguelike rebel, not roguelike, rebel. You're a rebel alliance, pretty much. You're taking down the empire, and like so you're doing dealings with shady characters and things like that. How did you find your characters? Did you like the interactions and things like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, the interaction stuff really blew out because Jak spoke.
Yeah.
Finally. And whilst I didn't like necessarily the attitude or tone of it from Jak, the others still brought their personalities in there, and it was interesting. So, and maybe it wasn't, and then Daxter does what he does. So, like, I still enjoyed the dialogue exchanges between them, even if the Jak exchange wasn't as engaging, I guess. So yeah, they're all pretty cool. They got wildly differing personalities, working towards the same thing largely, but yeah, they're all pretty interesting to talk to, work with.
Yeah,
destroy stuff with. There was a few of those missions where you go out with certain people and they're kind of, you're following them, doing whatever it is they want. A few little moments of kind of clunkiness in terms of some of the design there, but like they're only small minor things, like whatever. That was the time. Like we look back pretty fondly in on that era, but there was plenty of things that games weren't doing as well as we think they were. And Jack's no different to most of them.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Would playing Jak 1, playing Jak 2?
Oh, I think I know where this question is. This the old question?
Yeah, well, yeah. Would you continue to play this? Are you going to move on to Jak 3?
I will get to Jak 3 at some point. Now, I'm in a weird spot where, as of the time of reviewing this, we've been dealing with God of War recently, Detroit Become Human, there's other games kind of coming out, and I'm doing coverage, and E3's around the corner, and all that sort of stuff. But yes, I want to get to Jak 3. I want to see this thing out.
I think you'll really enjoy Jak 3.
Probably not, just because it doesn't quite, like, there's a few things it wants me to do that just rely on me doing things that I've not necessarily enjoyed as much about Jak 2. But fine.
You'll probably platinum Jak 3 though.
Okay. Then I'm going to have to platinum 2.
Nah, I think I don't know. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy 3 more than you'd have 2.
Does it kind of go back to some of the stuff that 1 did a little bit?
It adds more tone.
As in, Jack gets a little more 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, whatever it is.
Yeah, he gets...
Because he's very one note in 2,
he's
which
very,
is a shame.
Yeah. You know, and I know he loses a bit of his boyish charm from 1. It's kind of like, it's like, boy. Boy simulator. You got boy, you got teen, and then, like, Jack's really starting to, like... fill his shoes, I guess.
Yeah, okay,
as
cool. I'm interested then.
So, I don't know if that was their game plan. I don't know if they were like, hey, we're going to make this a trilogy, or what the GO was, or whatever. But I think 3, they really step it up character-wise and controls. I think they polish a lot of the things that were wrong with 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, and you know, like, again...
Which you expect anyway, but...
Yeah, but you know how like some games they just kind of like, oh, we'll just cut it. You know, it didn't work. You know, like vehicles and stuff like that. They really polish it up. And
okay, cool.
You know, they do a real cool job. I'll have to replay 3, but like, so you're keen after you get through your
when I kind of sift through the remnants of last year, and like that's one of the things about this particular year, this particular kind of April through July, August period, is there's just not that much coming out. It's big, that speaks to me anyway. And that means that I've finally got an opportunity to go back and play and get, like, I can finish off Monster Hunter, I can then mess around with the Xenoblades and a few of those sort of games from last year that some of those RPGs have been sitting on my pile. But I'd like to fit Jak in, and it might be just a nice change of pace too when I'm dealing with really, I mean, I guess Jak 2 got kind of serious a bit, but in terms of the way I play, something, you know, like I get to mess around with something very different, a bit more lighthearted. I don't have to take it as seriously. I can just have a bit more fun with it. Yeah, it's something that I think I'll look to try and fit in whilst I'm doing all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
it's gonna. Oh, apparently, one had this. Like, if you collect all the precursor orbs,
did it?
There is a different ending.
Oh, I might have to go back and finish
like a true ending. I mean, we could probably just YouTube it or something like that.
Well, I might YouTube it again, because maybe I did check it out, or maybe I have to then go and beat the final boss. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think
I got my last, whatever it was I got last. Might have been my last precursor orb or whatever, and I just saw the platinum go off and I think, done. All right, I'm out. Time for Jak 2. Let's go.
And then I don't know if that happens in Jak 2. We might have to, fact check that one.
YouTube.
Yeah. But I mean, all in all, this game obviously gets my thumbs up. I loved it.
This game was very highly reviewed back in the day, and I can see why. I think there's some flaws that I think. Again, it's hard because we're looking at it through this modern day lens.
Yeah.
There's some things that I wonder whether they maybe should have been picked to death a little bit harder, but in my head right now I can't think of whether GTA 3 was out or whether it was about to come out, like exactly where Jak 2 fits in that timeline, because GTA really
came out real early in PS2 days.
Oh, so maybe it did it. I don't know.
We can Google. We can have a look at this and.
It's also there's an endearment thing. It's a totally subjective thing. So
Yeah. It did, because then Vice City came out. Yeah.
the Wild West days of the PS2 are, and that is like it's messy.
There's some crazy things that like. Can you imagine like sending kids back to like play a PS2 version of Vice City, and they're like they go over a bridge into a town and there's like a 30-40 second or maybe sometimes a minute loading screen.
They won't know what's hit them.
They'll be like, what the hell? It's just getting across
loading
a bridge. Like, so yeah,
they'll be going, at least put me in a massive elevator.
I think you summed that up pretty well. The Wild West days of the PS2.
There was just people, like different pockets around the industry, and things were far more insular then. Whereas these days everyone just talks and shares their ideas, and doesn't matter whether you're PlayStation exclusive, Xbox exclusive, Nintendo, whether you're third party, whatever. Like or indie people just talk and share their ideas.
Yeah.
Whereas back then we're very in house. Even you didn't even necessarily share within your own PlayStation exclusive studios sort of group. So some of the things that other studios were doing well, they wouldn't necessarily get to pick up the idea until they'd seen all the success of what happened with GTA 3, for example, or what was going on with God of War, or whatever it might happen to be, and pull on some of those ideas, and it's often too late.
Yeah.
But then there'll be things that Jack was doing that the others weren't doing, and they've looked at but no one really spoke and shared those ideas during development. That's just the nature of the business at the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone was just very protective of what they're doing. So it makes things a bit crazy. But the game still worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
It's got some little faults. I'd certainly pick, if gun to a head sort of thing, and I don't have Jak 3 to work with yet, I'd pick one.
Yeah.
But I think that's the total thing.
That's fine. Like, I got no issue with like my mate swears by 3 more than any of them, and I'm like, I like 2 more.
You're wrong.
Like, and that's the beauty of this game though. It's like when people are talking about it, it's like everybody's got this almost a different ideal of what their favorite is, because they all, even though they're all part of the same franchise and things like that, they're all these different things that are.
There's still like 3 very different games.
That grip people in and like stuff like that. Like he's like 3-1-2, and I'm like, for me it's 2-3-1.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not the same. One's a bad game. In any way, shape,
just
or form.
the lesser of the 3.
Favoritism,
It's subjective.
It is. Yeah. That's it. So do yourself a favor, pick it up, pirate it, whatever you have to do.
No. You can get it pretty easily. Yes, this is the PS3 remaster, but it also is available on PS4.
Well, definitely get it then.
You can buy it digitally for probably 15 to 20 Aussie dollars tops, I'm imagining. Not that I checked recently, but fairly moderate price, I'm sure. So go on, you can also get it on the Vita, because it's not dead yet, contrary to what I've been saying. So Vita, PS3, PS4, they went on to do Uncharted, they went on to do The Last of Us, they did Crash beforehand, go and check it out. Taco's Talks on Twitter.
Thank you.
Paul James P2 on Twitter. The website is Player2AU on Twitter. That's somewhere around here. Make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, and heaps more. I can just wheel this out.
Yeah, no, that's great.
The video content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and subscribe all down below here. Hit the notification bell, yes, so you're alerted to every video as it goes live. We'd really appreciate that. Consider visiting us at patreon.com/player2au. Consider kicking in a few dollars. You help the Player 2 dream continue to grow, and you get rewarded suitably for it. You get early access to episodes, you get exclusive episodes or month-long exclusive episodes, and at the top tier you can join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast. So please consider checking that out. We'd love for you to support us.
And if you're not in cinema mode, please watch any of the following Player 2 videos on my lovely site here.
I can't even. I never get this right in my head. Whether I think that'll be whatever. Who cares?
Was it?
I can't remember because we flipped the thing around. I don't know whether. I don't care.
Oh my god! I've been pointing to the wrong side my entire.
Over there somewhere.
I'm gonna have to watch the stuff again.
But otherwise, that is Jak II Renegade.
Yeah.
We've got Jay's game. He wasn't able to make it. He wasn't able to make it today, but he's brought Saints Row the Third for us next time. So we'll discuss that in some depth then. He'll have plenty of questions, as he always does. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. That's Jak II. We'll see you later.